Yo, what's good, kings and queens? It's your boy Dawn, and I'm back for another reaction video today. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you know every time I post, you heard. If you're not new to the channel, thank you for popping out. I appreciate you. Y'all know how much I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for showing love, you heard. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Thank y'all for hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you know every time I'm here, you heard. If you know, you heard. That's the only way to know is to be in the know, right? Other than that, then you don't know. Then you lost, right? Right. Alright. But nah, y'all. Please make sure y'all hit that subscribe and that notification bell so y'all know every time I pop out. Please put your socials down in the comments below. You heard. I'm gonna start pinning everybody and I'm if even if y'all want to go back to my old videos, go ahead and put your social media. I'm gonna pin y'all in all of them. You heard. I'm gonna try to pin somebody in every video. Also, I'm gonna try to put all of y'all notifications and everything there so y'all know what's going on, you heard? So, listen, man, today, y'all, we're going to be reacting to the 10 ways the world will change after COVID-19. Man, I've done a few of these different videos dealing with the COVID-19 and all that. COVID-19 is still going on. There's mad different strands of COVID-19, like they put out the vaccine, etc. We're in 2022 now, so a lot of things have changed. So, I want to see what they're going to say will change after and see if anything has started yet. If y'all are in the future like me, then, put down in the comments what has changed for y'all. If y'all, obviously I can't be in the past, but if y'all in the future, man, please let me know. If y'all was here for 2019, please let me know your experience in the comments. If y'all had anybody that y'all lost, my prayers go out to you and your family, you heard. And other than that, let's get into the video. Let's see what they say is going to change. I hope something does, you heard.
Interaction. Interacting with others is probably the first thing the pandemic has changed. In just a few months, the simple act of meeting and engaging with people drastically changed. What's even more alarming than that is the fact that now, after a year, we're used to it. In fact, some think the way we'll approach others may have changed forever from now on. One of the best qualities of human beings is their quick adaptability to life-changing challenges. If you think about the experience of your past year, you'll find that's the case. Losing the ability to make physical contact with other humans wasn't easy, and it still isn't, but you did manage to do it. It's this universal capacity for change that led many experts, like psychology professor Robin Dunbar, to believe that once this nightmare is over, it won't be as easy to get back to where we left off. In fact, according to Dunbar, the psychological impact social distancing regulations might have had on our brains is so strong that in a post-vaccine world, we might feel actual discomfort doing social activities.
Yeah.
Number 9.
A lot of people still do.
Shopping. In the past year, grocery shopping has already changed.
People not going nowhere.
Sure, some of us knew that online grocery shopping was an option and had even used it maybe a couple of times. But online services like this really kicked off with the advent of COVID-19. However, when the pandemic forced us all into our houses, the online shopping industry boomed. It was the fastest and safest way to avoid long lines of strangers and crazy shoppers fighting over toilet paper. Unfortunately, everyone soon realised the convenience of online shopping, and for a while it became almost impossible to find delivery slots. But now that people have calmed down and the stores incremented their delivery services, the majority of shoppers now seem to prefer online shopping. Just consider that according to Forbes, about a year ago, 81% of consumers had never bought groceries online. Today, 79% of shoppers prefer to order online instead. And even after COVID, it seems pretty clear now the world of grocery shopping will never be the same.
Nope.
Number 8. Travel and transport. Travelling. Remember what that feels like? Personally, I don't. But maybe you're one of those people who experimented with travelling during the pandemic. If so, you will surely know that after a short period of total shutdown worldwide, airports soon reopened and adapted their services to these challenging times. Before I get any further into this, regulations and procedures may vary.
You have to have vaccines
countries, airports,
right now.
even airlines. Still, there are some standard procedures applied, more or less everywhere. For one, sanitising stations, social distancing floor stickers and nasal swabs are now basic routines. This doesn't mean we'll have to take nasal swabs every time we travel in the future.
Okay.
Not. But like for many other fields, the travel industry has learned and improved on a lot of factors here. As reported by NBC News, industry experts believe some of the current protocols may outlast the pandemic. This is especially relevant to technologies developed in the past year, like sanitising robots, restrooms that automatically alert maintenance crews when cleaning is needed, and contactless check-in.
Right.
Number 7. The fashion industry. With the outbreak of the pandemic, production ceased, fashion retailers mention the partial or in some cases total cancellation of fashion shows. It's been a tough time for the fashion industry. However, after this seemingly catastrophic effect, the pandemic also gave the world of fashion a chance to rethink and rearrange themselves to meet contemporary and more ethical standards. As a matter of fact, we could say an ethical revolution has finally taken place in the peaks of the industry. In May of 2020, Gucci announced that they would abandon the worn-out ritual of seasonality with their shows and will focus their efforts in trying to reduce the environmental impact of the industry. But they're not the only ones. As Vogue editor Anna Wintour pointed out, by the end of the pandemic, the values of fashion will have shifted permanently to a more ethical and sustainable system. Let's hope, like the non-profit global movement Fashion Revolution does, that these changes will also bring awareness and development directly to the people who make our clothes. Will technology aid in the production line, in a similar way to how traditional fashion shows have instead migrated to online? We'll have to wait and see. Number 6. Masks. Before COVID-19, very few in Western countries ever considered wearing a mask on a daily basis. But these days, it's considered very important in public settings to wear one. But scientists and sociologists are suggesting people will keep wearing them even once the pandemic ends. In support of this theory, experts such as Emeritus Professor William Shao from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health point to the events that followed the SARS outbreak in 2003. The epidemic spread across East Asia, and before then, the citizens of that part of the world didn't really wear face masks. Afterwards, however, masks could be seen in public very frequently. In the same way, doctors and public health experts like Dr. Tom Frieden, the president of Global Health Initiative Resolve to Save Lives, believe the rest of the world could observe a fundamental shift to new hygiene practices. For example, people will be more inclined to wash their hands and wear masks whenever they don't feel well, stopping the spread of more traditional colds and flu. Number 5. AI will take over. When we talk about long-lasting improvements developed because of the pandemic, the artificial intelligence sector has reached thousands of innovations in this sense. To properly respond to the COVID emergency and lockdown measures, governments worldwide have mobilized machine learning in many ways. From contact tracing apps to telemedicine, we'll get there soon, to remote learning capabilities, there were many technological innovations that were rapidly developed. We've also already mentioned how automatization devices have proved vital in other fields, like travel and grocery shopping. But the growth of AI won't stop there. Paired with robotics, it can create autonomous systems capable of interacting with the physical world. This allows us to predict the spread of the virus, monitor infection rates, conduct contact tracing, and so on. According to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the pandemic has accelerated the overall pace of innovation in the AI field, to the point that by 2030, AI could comprise $15.7 trillion of the world economy.
It's crazy. In the mission you heard, yeah, this information is like overload because a lot of the things I feel like they are progressing to change, but we may not be there yet, or we are there, but we're not fully there. Like it's still like we're still in the movement of progressing with everything right now, and things are still changing daily, literally. Like it's crazy. But I want y'all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so y'all tuned in. Y'all know everything that's going on. Y'all know every time I post and all that you heard. Thank y'all for popping out. I appreciate y'all. I know intermission is over, so let's get right back into the video. Let's see what else they talking about. Like, this information is a lot of information. So if y'all need to go back, definitely do that. If anything has changed, let me know, you heard?
One of the more direct consequences of the growth of AI is the abandoning of cash. In fact, part of AI development also involved a full automation of online banking and fast payments. Does this mean that COVID's not directly related to it? Not really. It makes sense that COVID is directly related to this acceleration. You see, cash is one of the dirtiest things in the world, not only figuratively, but literally. Coins and banknotes pass from hand to hand, carrying germs within each exchange. So, when the pandemic kicked off, one of the first things to go was cash. As reported by the Financial Times, since the beginning of the pandemic, ATM transaction volumes fell significantly across the world. In the UK, for example, transactions dropped 62%, and in Spain, cash reached a 90% drop. As stated previously, COVID alone is not responsible for the digital payment shift, but it has very much made the process quicker. According to the World Economic Forum, this could lead to 50% of goods consumption primarily being done online by 2030.
I agree.
3, remote working. In the past
Yep.
year, companies have
Another
realized
big
that
thing.
most office work could be easily done remotely. In most cases, all you need is a laptop and semi-decent Wi-Fi connection.
Yep.
So why limit remote working to the current crisis when you could save money on the office rent, while the employees who work for you do the same job at home permanently? In fact, if we put the whole COVID situation aside, from working at home. One of the first perks is, of course, the flexibility of it. But workers have also noticed an increase in productivity, a healthier work-life balance, and general improved job satisfaction.
Basically.
Of course, one may argue that there's not really much to do right now
At
anyway,
all. Right.
so working at home actually helps pass the time.
Right.
Still, the data looks convincing enough to hypothesize that in the immediate future, we will see a switch to a more flexible work schedule. In fact, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research, more than 35% of employers believe that 40% of their current remote workers will permanently work from home.
Nice.
Number 2, the film industry. If you're up to date with our channel, you'll probably know this already, so I'll try to be brief. Still, we couldn't leave this aside, that one of the biggest industries in the world is facing a crisis. There's no need to say that movie theatres are not doing well at the moment. Streaming services, on the other hand, are booming. This has led many film studios, like Warner Brothers Pictures and Disney, to release their projects on streaming platforms in lieu of in theatres. From an audience point of view, that's great. Not only because, again, during the pandemic, we can't leave our houses, but because watching a new release on your TV can actually be cheaper. From a studio point of view, streaming releases can easily avoid all the long negotiations with theatre chains. For cinema lovers, though, this could mark the end of the movie experience as we know it for good. They are in fact worried that streaming releases will become the new normal, stopping theatres from reopening ever again. Number 1. Healthcare. The pandemic has challenged some of the world's brightest scientific minds, and obviously governments are pushing for a quick recovery for the sake of economies. These two facts put together coincided with the general stronger focus on the healthcare system. As mentioned before, the enormous growth of AI and the technological side of healthcare brought up significant advancements to the sector. Telehealth, for example, has played a big role in the fight against COVID.
Yes,
it
that's
helps
true.
to mitigate the risk of spreading the virus by reducing unnecessary hospital visits.
Right.
This gives telehealth high chances to last even after the emergency.
Yep.
In fact, a report by McKinsey stresses that most patients now prefer virtual office visits.
Yep.
But apart from that, there's been a general acceleration of policies, changes to health promotion, and more support for vulnerable people in communities in Europe. Particular attention has been given to mental health services too, with specific apps and video call sessions for those struggling. So those are 10 ways the world will change after
It's crazy,
COVID.
man. Like, I think that, well, obviously a lot of things are going into effect. A lot of those things, like I said, they have been put into effect that I know. I would say people following those things are very slim, but yo, if you are one of those people that's following them, let me know down in the comments how it feels to be a person that is on that strict rule. And then if you're somebody that's breaking it, let me know why are you breaking it. Like, why do you feel like you don't have to wear a mask, or why you feel like you're safer without it? I don't know, man. I want to know what y'all opinions are, because COVID-19 is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, I don't know. Other than that, man, I just posted a video. I do this every time. I just posted a video, you heard. About to go post another one, so y'all go check it out. Please keep in tune with me, you heard. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit all. Follow all my social media. I appreciate y'all for popping out. I'm glad we got to learn something today. If y'all want to learn something else, check out another video. I got y'all, son. We're going to learn every time. At least one thing, you heard. Anyway, I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace. Love. Dawn.